341st Recruiting Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Angie Blair. I'd like to welcome everyone to the 341st Recruiting Squadron D Flight Promotion Ceremony for Technical Sergeant Robert Isarraraz, or otherwise known as Sergeant Izzy, as we call him affectionately. My name is Master Sergeant Daniel Richard, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies for today's event. Please join me, everyone, in welcoming our presiding officer today, Lieutenant Colonel Angie Blair, Commander, 341st Recruiting Squadron. Chief Master Sergeant Mark Bennett, Superintendent. Senior Master Sergeant Bradley Burton, Production Superintendent. Master Sergeant Melvin Jackson, our very own First Sergeant. I would also like to take the time to introduce some family members that were instrumental in getting Sergeant Izzy to this point in his career. Tracy Isarraraz, Sergeant Izzy's lovely wife, along with her children. Also, please welcome Roberto and Maria Isarraraz. His parents, of course. And also please welcome Sylvia Kirk, Sergeant Izzy's sister, as well. And of course, all the friends and families who took the time out of their busy days to attend today's event. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming and help promote this, or to congratulate Sergeant Izzy on this important day. Our goal today here is simple. We're here to recognize a member of our enlisted force as he advances through the ranks and into the senior non-commissioned officer tier. When crossing over to the senior non-commissioned officer tier, Master Sergeants are transitioning from technical experts and first-line supervisors to operational leaders able to merge personal talents, skills, and resources with other teams' functions to effectively accomplish the mission. While continuing to develop leadership and management skills, this rank carries significantly increased responsibilities and requires broad technical and managerial perspective. Master Sergeant Caldwell, would you please come forward to read the senior non-commissioned officer creed or charge?
Would all senior NCOs please rise as I read the senior NCO charges. Senior NCOs are responsible for leading and developing personnel into a cohesive team capable of meeting any challenge and effectively accomplishing the mission. They will be challenged with greater responsibilities and duties commensurate with their skill level and rank. They should exceed the standards and expectations levied upon their NCOs and airmen and exemplify excellence, professionalism, and competence, serving as a role model for all NCOs and airmen to emulate. Senior NCO inductee, attention, hut! Air Force Instruction 36-2618 specifies and charges each senior non-commissioned officer with the following responsibilities. You are charged with leading and managing teams while maintaining the highest level of readiness to ensure mission success. You are charged with understanding and demonstrating knowledge in all Air Force formal education programs, training, and experiences to increase proficiency in institutional and occupational competencies. You are charged with translating leaders' direction into specific tasks and responsibilities your teams can understand and execute. You are charged with demonstrating, inspiring, and developing others to understand our Air Force core values and the Airman's Creed. You are charged to help leaders make informed decisions by drawing upon your own knowledge and experience to provide constructive input to best meeting the organization's challenge. You are charged with being an active, visible leader while deliberately developing your airmen, NCOs, and fellow senior NCOs into better followers, leaders, and supervisors. You are charged with securing and promoting professional military education and enhancement for yourself and subordinates to develop and cultivate leadership skills and military professionalism. You are charged with supporting commissioned officers' continued development by sharing knowledge and experience to best meet their organization's mission requirements, all while striving to create effective leadership teams. You are charged with clearly meeting and striving to exceed the standards and expectations levied upon your NCOs and airmen. You are charged with attaining and maintaining excellent physical conditioning, always meeting Air Force fitness standards, and setting a positive example for subordinates. You are charged with promoting a culture of airmen capable of adapting to evolving Air Force requirements throughout a career. You are charged with ensuring money, facilities, and other resources are utilized in an effective and efficient manner and in the best interest of the Air Force. You are charged with promoting responsible behaviors within all airmen to detect and correct unsafe, and/or irresponsible behaviors that negatively impact unit or individual readiness. Sergeant Isarraraz, do you willfully accept these charges?
I accept these charges.
Thank you, sir. Please have your seats. Would the family please come forward and put on Sergeant Izzy's newest Master Sergeant stripes? Thank you. Lieutenant Colonel Blair, would you please come forward to present the promotion certificate? Being promoted to the rank of Master Sergeant, hailing from San Antonio, Texas, Technical Sergeant Robert Isarraraz, Jr. Tacking on his stripes today, which is something I personally have been waiting for, will be Master Sergeant Sean Amerson and myself.
This. Okay, get your photo. Hold it.
Get it back in there?
Yeah. Okay. Real quick.
I gotta pretend I got muscles.
Like I lean. For those of you who don't know, that is a tradition that we use to tack on the stripes to ensure that they never fall off. Ladies and gentlemen, the 341st Recruiting Squadron's newest Master Sergeant. Lieutenant Colonel Blair, thank you for helping us recognize our promoting. The floor is now yours, ma'am.
Nice, man.
All right. Well, first, I want to say I am so honored to be here today with Sergeant Izzy and his family, Tracy. I have been with them since day one when the promotion list came out, and I was making all the calls that evening. We had a long list of non-selectees, and I worked with calling them first. And I'm going to tell this story. You know what story I'm going to tell. But he was one that I could call and congratulate, and I remember him being so excited, and I think he dropped the phone or got off the phone to tell Tracy, and he was gone for a few seconds, and then came back and it was like, oh, thank you, ma'am, and he was so excited. But later on, after a full year and a half, he tells me that I did try to call him at his desk, and Sergeant Tapia, one of his office mates, received the call that he did not make it, and so he overheard that conversation, and his phone rang, and he did not answer the phone. Intentionally, thinking that it was bad news. And so he just went about his daily business, and he finally confessed to me that, ma'am, I'm so sorry I didn't answer your call that day. And but I don't know why he didn't, because he told me out of the two people that I called who made it, there was a vast difference. You know, everyone said I didn't have time to study, or I just, next year will be my year. He told me that he studied very hard, and, you know, that was the same story from the other member who made it as well. So, and it was his first time. Both members, it was their first time testing, and so I know you guys studied very hard for it. Going back to the NCO charge, everything that Sergeant Richard read there, Sergeant Izzy is already doing. And so I have no doubt as he transitions with his rooftop rank here that he's going to continue to do great things. I do want to challenge you. It is a very challenging environment right now in the Air Force. And leading right now in this current environment is leading through change. And we have to continue to inspire airmen through this change. There are so many changes. Communication is going to be important. And just continuing to mentor them as our Air Force and I guess our world is ever changing. And we have to be responsive and be able to respond to all of those demands across the country, in our own nation, and abroad. And so I know you're going to continue to make a great impact. I wish we could be on the same team again. One day, I only have 29 days left, and I'm going to miss great airmen like Sergeant Izzy. I want to take a moment to thank Tracy. I think General Rand, our 4-star, always says, you know, we in uniform, we serve. We're here to serve, but our families sacrifice. And there are many sacrifices our family makes. I know there are many dinners that he's missed, many events, special days, not just in recruiting, but, you know, throughout the years that he's served for over a decade and a half now. So I thank you for your service to our nation as well. And Mr. and Mrs. Isarraraz, if I can have you come up for a moment, please. I'd like to thank you. Thank you for allowing your son to be part of our United States Air Force. He is an invaluable member of our team, and I have seen it with my own eyes for the last 2 years. And we have a tradition in the Air Force and actually in the military where we present coins, and I'm sure Sergeant Izzy's got a few dozen in his office or somewhere, where we present these based on excellence and commitment. And we thank you for your commitment and support throughout all of these years, and not only upbringing Sergeant Izzy, but supporting him through all of his career. And this is a coin from me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, what you've done for us.
Absolutely. Thank you. Like I said, it's been an honor for me to be your leader, and I know you're going to continue to do great things, and I'm going to keep following you. So no matter where the Air Force takes you, whether it's to your next recruiting assignment or, you know, back as a defender somewhere, I wish you the best of luck in your family, and you guys are continue to do great things for the Air Force. Thanks for allowing me to be here today.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Blair. Now, if I could please ask everyone to stand for the playing of the Air Force song. Feel free to sing along if you wish, and please remain standing for the departure of our official party.
Oh. It's a speech.
Oh,
We need a speech from this.
stand by on that. Let's hear it, Sergeant Izzy.
You can be seated.
Everybody just remember what I said.
Yeah, I will prepare for this. You saw mine? Yep.
Well, don't take my last page.
No, honestly, thank you for everybody that came out. You know, I'd like to start off thanking Miss Peggy for us letting you use your facility, ma'am. We appreciate you letting us be able to come in and conduct this ceremony. And my commander, Colonel Blair, we couldn't have a better commander at this moment. We both came around here at the same time, but from what I've heard from the past, you made a world of difference, and you made a huge impact in my career, just from leading, from the front, and that's what I'm going to try to plan to do. I know I've made this promotion, but I know I haven't really earned anything yet. I have to set the example for others, and I plan on doing that. And then I owe making this promotion, to my family. For making the sacrifice.
Let him go.
Go Spurs, go.
Let's go for every day. Let him go.
So go Spurs go, like I was saying. So no, honestly, she's made that sacrifice for me to be able to study. You know, yes, I did study, you know, my butt off for 4 months straight, and that meant, you know, early days, long nights, you know, weekends, every day I was studying 4 months straight, even on Christmas, my birthday, holidays, it didn't matter. So she made that sacrifice and commitment for me, for us, for our future, and you know, I couldn't have done anything like this without, you know, being raised by, you know, my grandparents, mother and father, and you know, have the support, you know, from the discipline, love, and care that they provided throughout this whole years, and also my sisters for them to set an example for me to look up to, and for the rest that have provided the mentorship. You know, starting off with my first mentor that I had, Master Isarraraz, just a couple years ago. I wasn't always I guess a model airman, or always on the straight path, but it took for somebody to actually, you know, wrap their arms around me and mentor me and guide me and show me that doing things right and setting an example and showing people the way, that you can provide a positive impact for people. And it's led on to, you know, to the future, coming into recruiting with Master Emerson. You know, appreciate everything you've done for me, sir, and showing me the ropes. And then leading on to other mentors, Sergeant Richard and Sergeant Caldwell for showing me the way. And I plan on, you know, doing these stripes worthy and proving that I'm worth promotion. And to everybody else, you know, thanks for attending. I appreciate all the support that you've given me, and I've learned any and everything from all you guys, whether you know it or not. I've learned from my friends, from my best friends, from my family, cousins, uncles, other mentors, my peers, Sergeant Grantham, Sergeant Owen, Sergeant Khan, and Sergeant Peace, and also Sergeant G. There's always something that you guys are showing me, you know, and I don't believe I'm never too old or never too wise to be able to learn something new. And I appreciate all the help and support that you've provided since we started this road. I got nothing else. I appreciate all you guys coming out.
That was a great speech, Sergeant Izzy. With the exception of one thing, you have earned those stripes. Was the only correction I have to that. And your speech right there just proves it, for sure. All right, so everyone please remain standing for the Air Force song. Feel free to sing along if you wish again. But please remain standing for the departure of our official party.
Into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder. Atta boys, give her the gun, give her the gun. Down we dive, spouting our flames from under. Off with one hell of a roar. We live in fame or go down in flames. Hey, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.
Ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude our today's ceremonies. We thank you, of course, for your support and attendance. I would also like to thank the Alps Lodge for allowing us to hold this here today. Please stand behind and help us up to refreshments, sandwiches, and some cake, and of course to congratulate our promoted. Thank you.